right, friends, we're reading from our Animal Stories Fun to Read chapter book, and this chapter today is called Penny Porcupine's Party. Neil picked this, right? It's going to be a tongue twister. You ready to listen? Out of the deep forest where porcupines lived came Penny the porcupine. She was lost and began wandering into the woods where other animals roamed. Penny's back was covered with sharp needles. Every time someone came too close to Penny, she pricked them with the needle. One day, Red Fox was taking a walk through the woods. He saw Penny the porcupine standing at the bottom of the tree. "Hi, Penny!" Penny just snarled at the fox. Can you show me a snarl face? "Why are you so unfriendly?" Red Fox asked. Just then he felt a sharp pain in his back. A needle had pricked him. He was too close. "Ouch! That hurt! Why do you do that, Penny?" Penny just looked at him with a nasty grin, and Red Fox walked away quickly. Later that day, Susan Squirrel came by Penny's house. She scampered around the oak tree looking for acorns, and suddenly she felt something prick her ear. "Ow, ow!" she said. "What is that?" And she looked all around. Finally, she saw Penny Porcupine standing behind her. Penny looked so fierce. What's fierce mean? Mean, scary. Okay, when you think of fierce, you think of like a bear or a tiger. Fierce. So Penny was not looking very nice. She looked so fierce. Susan Squirrel got so scared she started to run, and she ran as fast as she could home to her place in the maple tree. Another day, a mother deer and her baby were taking a walk through the forest, and they stopped near a bubbling brook. They felt very peaceful. The mother went to the brook to taste the fresh water, and while she was drinking, she heard her baby yelp. She quickly turned around, and there was Penny the porcupine next to her baby, laughing. Mother deer wanted to hit Penny, but baby deer was running away, and so Mother deer had to run to catch him. There was no time to hit Penny. How would Mother deer hit her? Maybe with her hoof or her head?
Or maybe with her tooth.
Her tooth, maybe? Mother deer ran to help her baby. She saw 2 little needles stuck in its hind leg. She got them out with her teeth, and the poor baby could hardly walk. He lay down and cried. Susan Squirrel and Red Fox soon came walking by, and they saw Mother deer and her crying baby. "What happened?" Susan Squirrel asked. "That nasty porcupine. She stuck needles into my baby." "Oh, do you mean Penny?" "She hurt us too," said Red Fox. "That's a nasty porcupine," repeated Mother deer. "I'm going to tell Brother Bear to beat her up." Oh, is that a good idea?
No.
Mother deer went to see her friend the bear. "Brother Bear, we need your help. Penny the porcupine is hurting us with her needles." "Oh, I'll take care of her," said Brother Bear. And he marched over to the tree where Penny was sitting, and he hit her and kicked her. But instead of hurting Penny, he only hurt himself. "Ow! Ow!" he cried. Needles were sticking into him all over his body. Big Bear ran away as fast as he could. And then remember, this book doesn't have any pictures except for some black and white ones. So here's one with the bear with the needles. Do you see him sticking in him?
Can I see? Oh, no. Yeah. Is that big hole in his
That's his tail, and then the needles are in his back. Brother Bear saw Mother Deer and her baby. Red Fox and Susan Squirrel were there with him. "Oh, how it hurts! She stuck her needles into me," he yelled. "Oh my, you poor thing," said Susan Squirrel, and she and the other animals helped to take the needles out of Brother Bear's body. After that, no one went near Penny, and soon all the animals of the forest heard about the porcupine, and they were very careful. As soon as anyone saw her, they ran the other way. Penny, the the porcupine got very lonely. No one ever came near her. No one talked to her, and she sat by the oak tree alone, day after day. One afternoon, an old woman carrying a big quilt walked past Penny. "Have you seen my needle?" the woman asked. "I can't finish sewing my quilt because I lost my needle." "Oh, I have lots of needles. You can take one from my back," said Penny Porcupine. The old woman was surprised, but she took a needle and began to sew. Well, it works quite well. But just then she dropped the needle. Oh, I dropped it. Could I have another needle?" asked the woman. "Oh, yes, take another one," said Penny. 3 more times the woman lost her needle, and each time Penny gave her another one. "Oh, you're such a nice porcupine," said the woman. "No one else thinks so," Penny said sadly. "No one comes near me. All the animals are afraid of me because I stuck needles into them. And I'm never going to do that again. But they won't believe me. What can I do?" The woman thought for a while. "Well, I know. I've got an idea. Let's have a quilting party. That's where everyone gets together to help sew a quilt. I'll invite all the animals to the party." "Well, that sounds like a good idea. And I can give everyone needles to sew with." The woman spread out her quilt under the big apple tree. "Help me pick some apples. Apples are good to eat at a party," she said. They picked a bunch of apples and piled them on the quilt, and the woman added some nuts that she had in her pocket. So here's Penny sharing the needle with the old woman. So they're sewing the quilt.
Who is the lady?
The story just said it's an old woman. They don't give us her name. "Calling all animals! Calling all animals!" shouted the old woman. "Come to a party! A quilting party!" And one by one the animals gathered on the quilt underneath the big apple tree. They talked and laughed and they ate apples and nuts. "Oh, what a beautiful quilt," said Mother Deer. "How did you make it?" "Well, I had lots of help from Penny the Porcupine, and she'll help us all finish it too." "Penny the Porcupine!" exclaimed Susan Squirrel. "She's mean! We're afraid of her!" "Oh, but she's changed," said the old woman. "She's a good porcupine now." Just then Penny came out from behind the tree where she had been hiding. "I want to be your friend. I will never hurt anyone again, and I'm going to use my needles only to help my friends." "Oh, good," said Susan Squirrel. "That's nice," said Mother Deer. "Please don't do that." "Sounds like a fine idea," added Big Bear, and everyone laughed, and they all felt happy as they made friends with Penny.
I want the octopus.
Okay? Was Penny a good friend at first?
No.
No. Boys and girls, and if you're all prickly and mean to people, guess what? They're not going to want to be your friend and spend time with you. So, should we learn a lesson?
Yeah.
How should we treat our friends? Kindness. Nice words. Do you have prickles on your back? No. But do you have feet and hands that can be mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to have helpful, kind hands and feet too, not just our words, right? All right. That's our story for today.